How we govern companies is not the law of the Medes and the Persians that altereth not. It altereth. It altereth because society altereth. Because we all move on. It's an evolution. It's an evolutionary process. Let's just look at the New World Order. The New World Order is made of the global financial crisis, climate change, the use of natural assets faster than nature is regenerating them, radical transparency, Facebook, YouTube, etc., greater expectations by shareholders, population growth. Now, if you take all those things, then if you, those people in the audience who think you can carry on business as usual, welcome to the age of stupidity. You just cannot. Now, if you look at it like that, then in a few years' time, you have to look at, people spoke about the triple bottom line, I don't talk about the triple context. Whether we like it or not, every person in this room is touched every day by the environment and society, whether you're conducting business or in your personal life. And that's why I wrote my book, Transcend Caretakers, to show that every individual in his or her own life can make a change, can hopefully make life on earth sustainable for our grandchildren. Because if we continue as we're going, I'm afraid we're not going to have a sustainable planet. And one of the biggest contributors, unfortunately, is business. But business has got a solution, can actually be a solution to the problem.
In other words, addressing these issues.
Absolutely, and that's, if you look at Unilever, Procter & Gamble, the Coca-Cola company, they've got 10-year plans to, none of their factories will be on the main grid, they'll all be driven by renewable energy in the next 10 years. Unilever and Procter & Gamble's products, they're spending tens of millions on scientific research so that when you and I use their products, we'll use 150% less water and 50% less energy in using their products. Procter & Gamble and Unilever are in a race to be the first to develop the biodegradable diaper, napping, because that's one of the greatest degradable things in landfill at the moment. 900 million babies using 6 to 8 disposable nappies a day going to landfills. They degrade within 3 months, toxify the land, toxify the water. And it doesn't stop.
Taking Facebook, taking the speed at which information travels now, in the way that companies do business, are regulators in touch with it, or do you think that regulators are far behind the development that we're seeing in companies in terms of globalization, in terms of information flow?
David, it's interesting. I'm the Deputy Chairman of the Internationally Integrated Reporting Committee, which was formed last year in St. James's Palace in England. And it's the who's who of the corporate world that sits on that board. And one of the members is the chairman of IOSCA. IOSCA is the umbrella body of all regulators. And it's very interesting that we've had discussions, me in my capacity as chairman of the Global Reporting Initiative, Sustainability, and we have agreed there are 2 pillars on financial stability and on the solution of the problems we've got in regard to the planet and corporations carrying on business on the false assumption that we have limitless resources and that the earth has an infinite capacity to absorb waste. They're both false. Make waste. That's how we, for 100 years, we've carried on business, but we can't carry on like that. But the answer to it is transparency and disclosure. Those 2 things are being focused on by the Financial Stability Board. What caused the financial crisis? The lack of transparency and the lack of disclosure. The bottom line of it is reporting influences behavior. The Japanese have got a wonderful saying, if you open your kimono, you better make sure you've had a clean bath, a good bath. And that's exactly. If you're reporting, for example, that you have a business, you're a fabric dyeing business, and you're not treating your chemicals that you've dyed the fabric with, which you have to do legally, but you're depositing straight into the Yurkscape, well, your bottom line is going to improve, but I'm afraid you are actually stealing from all of us because we've got to spend more money to purify the water, etc., etc. And when it's discovered, your business is going to collapse.